Well, I mean, they seem to have a great rhythm. We've been changing our lineup a lot this year, so I don't think we found necessarily our rotations or our units completely yet. But you got to tip your hat to their bench. They maybe have the best bench in the league and have had a ton of success, and I think their bench has been a big reason why their team's been the best team in the league this year.
Fans and media have compared them to that of a Showtime. Your thoughts on their offense?
Well, they've been terrific this year. You gotta really congratulate them on their season thus far. They have the best record in the league, I believe, or did, and the longest winning streak, and are playing like a real team. So, it's a terrific situation over there.
Steve, the Clippers are younger and faster as opposed to what Kobe says. Your guys are older and slower. How do you compensate for that factor?
Well, we got to be smart. We got to use our head. We got to play together, and we got to find a way to, negate perhaps athleticism or quickness with, experience and our connectivity.
And it goes without saying that the Lakers need this game more so than they do. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Every game for us is huge right now. We got to get pretty hot to make the playoffs, let alone to become a good team. So, we need every game, and it's a big game for us.
Steve, that's an interesting comment you just made. You need every game just to make the playoffs. When a couple of weeks ago you were already talking about being in the playoffs, it was an automatic.
Well, I don't know if I was, but we've been struggling the whole year, and we're not in the playoffs right now. So, I don't know what's changed. We got a lot of winning to do if we're going to get there.
Steve, even years later in Phoenix, you were running Mike's offense and you were spreading the floor. Now you come over here, you got 2 7-footers, and it must be, an entirely different kind of feeling.
It is. It is much different. We can still, cause a lot of problems for people. I think, right now we don't have a great understanding yet. We don't have an experience or common experiences. We don't have the details down pat, and our chemistry isn't quite there yet. So, this is a shell of what we perhaps can be.
My memory is that when Mike first went to the small lineup, it just fell together great, and you guys just started scoring points and winning games, and proving it could work right from the beginning. Is that the way it worked?
My first season there? Yeah, but you're looking at a team that was extremely athletic, and had shooters, and it was, a situation where we could win in different ways. This team, we're still trying to figure out how we can do it. So, at both ends of the floor, we should be much better defensively than we have been recently, and we got a lot of improving to do at both ends.
Steve, you don't feel like the frustration has rolled over to a point of pointing fingers in the locker room, do you?
No, I don't. I think everyone's been great, had a great attitude. Everyone comes into practice, enjoys being around each other, works together. Everyone puts in an honest effort in practice. So, I think we still have a chance to be a good team because of that.
Steve, Kobe mentioned this was an old team. Obviously, you've had one of the many injuries. How important is Gary Vitti to this team?
Yeah, Gary's going to be huge. He's a great captain back there for us. Puts together a terrific staff, and he keeps us going. So, with this team and with all the games we got to play, and some of us being a little older than others, they can do a lot of wonders for us.
You've been in a lot of rivalry games against the Lakers, but what's it like to have one against Boston?
Well, I think it's great for the city. It's great for the sport. It's great that the Clippers are having such a terrific year. We're trying to catch up to them, so we got a lot to play for.
How much of your top end do you think is limited by the lack of training camp with Mike, by you missing time?
For sure. We are in a tough situation. No training camp, a lot of new players. I think we played a certain way for 6 weeks that doesn't transfer at all to the way we're playing now. So we're like starting over without a training camp, confidence wavering, and that really hurt us. There's no doubt about it.
Does it limit how good you can be?
Of course, it took a month and a half away from us. But nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. So we got to make the most of the cards we're dealt, and here we are, and we got enough good players to find a way to make this team good, and we'll just keep working every day to get there.
Steve, with your record, you got to go one game at a time. I know, but when you look at the schedule, you got 5 Western Conference teams in a row, all with a better record than you. Is this a critical stretch coming up?
It would be nice to get hot right now. Yeah, it'd be real nice.
But it almost seems like every time you take a step forward, this club takes 2 steps back.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. We had a little winning streak ourselves there, and now we're playing 500 again. you know, and more concerning is not playing as up to the standards that we expect. So guys are working hard. Like I said, guys are coming in and practice and playing together and working hard and trying to build. So, you know, all is not lost.
Steve, how do you stop a guard like Chris Paul?
That's my question.
You can use the answer too if you want, Shelly. But you know, you can't stop Chris Paul. He's the best point guard in the game right now, and you know, you got to try to play great team defense against him and their team because he makes everybody on their team go, and do the best you can to be attentive and alert and not switch off and allow him to make easy plays. You know, make everything difficult.